Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Ev Outlaw. My husband is Trey, and together we are Getaway with the Outlaws. We are a video and blog series where we introduce people, especially people who look like us, to the RV lifestyle by taking you with us on adventures in our motorhome that we affectionately call the Getaway Van. I'm sitting in a Getaway Van right now. I came out here just to kind of get a breather. There's just some things going on, and I kind of needed to come out here, which I'll get into that in a little bit. But today is our first video, and because of everything that's going on right now, I figured that today will be as good of a time as any for me to start off with our inaugural video. So welcome to our channel. If you haven't already done so and you like what you see so far, please hit that like and subscribe button so that you can get notifications whenever we upload new ones. Anyway, back to today's topic. Today's topic, we are going to talk about 5 things that you can do with your RV when you're not traveling in it. So, Trey and I, we started RVing, like I said, back in 2020. We bought our first RV, which was a small 15-foot travel trailer, back in January of 2020, probably a couple of months before the pandemic hit. And so we've only been doing it for a short time, and we are not retired. So that's the first thing that I want to say to you guys. So if you think that RVing is just for people who don't have anything better to do than just drive around because they don't have to work, that is not the case. Trey and I are both in our late 40s and early 50s. We are nowhere near retirement age at this point. We are very much still employed. And so we do not get a chance to get out in it as much as we would like. And so right now at this point, before we even decide to make a purchase, we needed to come up with alternative things that we could use the RV for so that we could justify the purchase. So just to get into a little bit about us before we dive into the topic. Again, I am Ev Outlaw. I am a writer and an independent publisher. My husband Trey, he paints cars for a living, and when he is not painting cars, you can find him blasting music in our home because he is a DJ. You can find Trey on Saturday nights on www.beatslabradio.com. He is a underground hip hop DJ, and he specializes in boom bap. So if you're into that kind of thing, check him out. I can be found at on Instagram at DQ Publications. The name of my company is Drama Queen Publications, where men are welcome, but women are always the center of attention. And the name of my book is And Then I Woke Up. It's the story of a woman who spends all her time waiting on a man and what happens to her as a result. So, now that I've gotten that out of the way, again, I want to talk to you today about 5 things that you can do and once you purchase an RV when you don't have time to travel in it. These are 5 alternative uses for your RV. So, so this is kind of new to me, everybody. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to refer to my notes while I talk to you a little bit. But the very first thing that you can do with your RV when you're not using it is you can rent it out. Now, I know that some of you out there are a lot like I am. I am this side hustle queen. I love coming up with multiple streams of income and different ways to make money. And so, um, if you have an RV and you don't, and you're like us and you're not retired and you don't get a chance to use it and it's just sitting out in the yard collecting dust, you can actually put it on one of the platforms. You have outdoorsy.com, you have rvshare.com, and there's some other ones, other platforms that you can use where you can upload it just like an Airbnb, that type of platform, to rent it out when you're not using it. Unfortunately, Trey is really not interested in us renting out our RV. He kind of has this thing about, other people using his stuff. I kind of get it, but then again, if you're somebody who like to make money, you kind of look over, that kind of stuff. But anyway, he said no. But if it's just you, or you side hustle king or side hustle queen, and you're looking for a different avenue to make money, definitely think about renting out your RV when you're not using it. Once again, I will link those, put a link to those sites in the notes, and that was outdoorsy.com and rvshare.com. So the second thing that you can do with your RV when you're not using it is you can actually tailgate. I know that there are a lot of people out there that are sports buffs. I'm not really a sports person myself, but once I got this thing, it was something that kind of popped in my head. Yeah, I like to go, tailgate. So you can take this thing out to the football games, in the wintertime, and you can be out in the parking lot. They actually have sections, from what I understand, for RVs. If you want to bring your RV out to the event, a lot of people out there, they're grilling out, especially when it gets cold. You got a bathroom right there. You got somewhere to go in and get warm. Or if you get tired of sitting out in the parking lot, you can sit inside. You can chill. You can just hang out. You can watch. You can even watch other games, or watch that game, or watch other games while you're sitting in the RV, because you got your TV right here. Um, we actually met a couple in one of the RV groups that we belong to. Um, they actually rented. They have what they consider a Class A, which is the big travel bus type RVs. I'll get into the different types of RVs in a different video, but for right now, they have a large Class A that actually has two bathrooms in it, and so they explained to me that they actually rent theirs out for corporate events. They lock up the back part where their bedroom and all of their, where they actually use it. And then the front part has a half bath. So they open up the front part with a common area and a kitchen and all of that stuff. And so they rent it out to these companies for different team building events and that type of thing. And from what I understand, they actually were able to rent it out to somebody who actually gave them tickets to like a Philadelphia Eagles game or something. They ended up getting tickets to the game, and while they were at the game, the people were using their RV and doing whatever they were doing with it. And from what I understand, they actually made a pretty penny off of it, which goes back to way number one, which was rent it out. So if that's something that you're interested in, I don't really know anything about it. I never really followed up to find out, any further information about the corporate rentals and that type of thing. But I'm sure if you do a Google search, you can kind of find out. So reason number two, or alternative use number two, is tailgating. So alternative use number three for your RV when you're not using it, um, you can actually use it as an extra guest bedroom. So Trey's birthday is in December. Trey's not here, by the way, because he had a show last night, so he was up late doing the show, and I think they actually have a meeting with, I don't know, the radio station or something like that. Anyway, you'll see him on another video. But um, Trey's birthday is in December, and we always have uh, a nice, little party here around the holidays. It's the week before Christmas, so we have started what our friends and family now have started calling Trey Day. So every year for Trey's birthday, we do Trey Day here at the house. And because we live in the Virginia area and we're originally from North Carolina, most of our friends and family still live in North Carolina. And so they always come up, to hang out with us for Trey's party. And we do like a dirty Santa and, gift exchange and all of that. It's a lot of fun. But whenever we have so many people, we only have so much room. And so because people are so good about coming up to visit us, especially, it's close to Christmas, we try to accommodate as many people as we can to keep people from having an extra added expense of having to get a hotel room just to come up here and go to his party or whatever. So we usually just have everybody just crowd in here. We have one guest bedroom, and we have beds and stuff up in the room where his DJ equipment is, where we can accommodate like 2 or 3 people up there in the bonus room. And Then we also have the getaway van. So the getaway van has a short queen bed, and so whenever we have people that come, stay for the party, we always, extend the invite. And we actually have one friend, a couple, Melissa and Ben, who always opt to stay out in the getaway van whenever they come and stay. They love coming out here, and it's it's heated. It's a furnace in here with propane, and we just bring them out here, and we give them the extra blankets, and they got the TV, and they can just be out here and chill and parlay or go to sleep or whatever. And then that's just an extra bedroom. um I actually have used it as an extra bedroom out here for myself, and I probably will again tonight, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Oh my God, that's a whole nother issue. But if you're looking for something extra that you can do with your RV when you're not using it, it is great when company comes up and stays. Your guests have their own little area where they can kind of have their own space to move around and do kind of do what they want to do or whatever. So that is alternative use number 3. Alternative use number 4 is you can actually use it as a woman cave or a pout house. So right now, as you can see, I'm out here. I'm filming this video, and I'm kind of using it as a woman cave. I got my computer over here. I got the TV out here. Sometimes if Trey is in there, he's practicing on the turntables, and I'm working on a story, or I'm developing a plot or something like that. If it gets too noisy in there, because our house is only so big, so you can only, he's in a different room, but you can only drown out the noise so much. And sometimes if I'm actually working, usually I don't mind it. I mean, I married a DJ. I love music. You have to if you're married to a DJ. But if I'm working, if I'm working on something, especially I'm working on something where I need to be quiet, I'll usually come out here and set everything up out here, and I'll work for a little while, or come out here and do like I'm doing now, and take my videos and that type of thing. Or we get mad with each other. He get on my nerves, which is rarely. I'll come out here and just come out here, like I said, and pout for a little bit. So that is reason number 4. And reason number 5, I keep saying reason. The fifth alternative use that you can have for your RV when you're not using it is you have an extra house in case of an emergency. So I would not be an author if I didn't have story time. So now it's story time. And I think I mentioned earlier in the video that there was actually a reason why I am out here in this RV, and it probably took me a lot longer to do this video had it not been for what happened yesterday. So what happened yesterday? So today is Sunday, like I said, and my in-laws came up for the weekend. They came up, and they weren't sure whether or not they were going to stay with my sister-in-law. And so I had kind of fixed up the guest room and everything for them to come in and, stay whenever they got there. And I had been, kind of doing my thing all day. I had been, on the computer. I've been doing some research and, just kind of laying back. It was a laid back Saturday. It was nice outside. And I'm just, just relaxing, having a good Saturday. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, it's been such a nice, quiet day. Never say it out loud. If you having a nice quiet day, take it from me. Just have a nice quiet day. Keep it to yourself. Don't tell nobody. Don't say it out loud, because once you say it out loud, something is going to come and say, she having too good a time. This is what happened. I had to get myself together. So I got a call, I guess probably maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock. When my husband got a call and he said, hey, my parents decided that instead of staying at my sister's house, they're going to just come over here and stay, with us. And so I said, okay. So, he's upstairs and he's getting ready for his show. He's on the turntables and he's, doing whatever he's doing up there. And so now that I know that my in-laws are coming to visit, now I got to go and, finish getting the room and everything together because I had taken everything off the bed, but I hadn't put the new sheets on the bed. So I go back into the room and I start to make up the bed and I put the sheets on the bed. Well, the pillows that were on the bed were too big for the sheets because I had some queen size pillowcases and I had king size pillows on the bed. So I go to the bottom of the steps and yell up to the bonus room where Trey is, and I say, babe, don't we have some other pillows in the house? Because I'm looking for the smaller pillows to put into the pillowcases. So Trey goes, yeah, there's some pillows in your office. Okay, easy enough. Right now my office is a junk office because I'm in the process of trying to fix it up or, deciding what I'm going to do with it. And we just finished taxes. And so it's just kind of like stuff. It's in a disarray and there's stuff all over the place. And so I go in my office and when I open up the door, I see 2 pillows on the floor. So there's the queen size pillow that I was looking for was on the bottom with no pillowcase on it. And then our pillow, which was in like a brown, bamboo color pillowcase, was on top. So I was like, oh, okay. So I picked them both up because I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, the brown pillow, that's our pillow. It goes on our bed. So, I take it and I go and put the pillow on the bed. Well, something didn't really look right about that pillow. When I looked at it, I took it and I put it on the bed and I didn't really pay it any attention and I just dropped it on the bed. And as I was turning to go out of the room, I thought to myself, did I just see something on that pillow? And so in my head, I'm thinking, like it's a piece of brown yarn, although I have no idea why it would be some brown yarn on the pillow. Oh, Jesus. So I kind of like look at my peripheral. I didn't turn and like look full on at it. I just kind of turned in my peripheral. And I saw a damn lizard on my pillow. I'm sorry, y'all. It's getting on my nerves even to think about it and say it out loud. So, yes, I know some of you guys are saying, well, how are you going to be RVing and camping and all of that stuff and you scared of animals? That's why I have an RV. I'm not a tent camper. If you want tent camping advice and all of that kind of stuff, you have to go somewhere else. I spent 10 years in the military. I didn't like camping when I was getting paid to do it. I don't like it now. But this right here, I can sleep in a bed. I got a TV. I got heat. Hold on, that's DJ Trey.
Hey, did you by any chance grab my phone charger?
I did not. I did not.
Okay. Hey, everybody.
They said, hey. Sorry about that, y'all. So, again, if you're looking for somebody that's going to give you some tent camping advice and all of this other stuff, I'm not doing that. You can call it glamping. You can call it whatever you want, but I digress. Anyway, I look out the corner of my eye and I see something brown on my pillow. And I just start to run for my life. I don't need to see it full on. I didn't stop to look at it to say, oh, nope, that's how folks get killed in the scary movies. When I glanced out the corner of my eye and I saw it, I just burnt the road up and I started running and screaming. And I'm yelling at the top of my lungs, Trey! 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 Trey's got the music on. If somebody was down there murdering me, he probably wouldn't have heard it, but he cut it off. He did hear me eventually, and he's like, what is it? And I'm like, come downstairs. And he's like, what? What is it? I'm like, hurry up. And I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs. It's kind of funny now, but it wasn't funny yesterday. So Trey flies downstairs, and if he were here, he would say to you, he only took 3 of the stairs coming down the flight of steps. So he runs downstairs, and he gets to the bottom of the steps, and like he's ready, like he's in a fight stance, like he getting ready to beat up. He thinking somebody is in the house after me, and I say to him, "It's a lizard on the bed, right?" And so he just looks at me and he's like, "Huh?" And I said, "It's a lizard on the bed. It's a lizard on the bed." And he's like, so now, you know, he thinks it's funny that I'm scared of everything. I don't think it's funny, but he goes back there anyway because he knows he's not gonna be able to sleep if he don't go back there and see what's going on. So anyway, he goes to the back and he's in the guest room looking for the lizard. Now the lizard's in my bed, on my pillow, on our bed. And so he's like, "I don't see nothing." And I'm like, and when I peep around the corner, because I'm on my way out the door, because there's nothing else for me in the house at this point. So I'm on my way out the door. So I say to him, I'm like, "No, the lizard is in our bedroom." So he's probably thinking either I'm overreacting or there's nothing in there. And so he goes in our bedroom, and once again, I'm on my way back out the door because there's nothing else for me in the house at this point. I'm good as moved out. So he goes in the room and he says, I hear him say, "Oh man, y'all, I can't do this. It's not even April yet. It's springtime just hit. I'm not ready for this stuff coming in my house. I don't do animals. I don't do wildlife of any kind. I don't do dogs. I don't do cats, squirrels, birds, worms. I don't want to see any of this stuff, and I definitely do not want it in my house, and I don't want it on my bed, on my pillow where I got to sleep at." So back to the story. Oh man. So I'm on my way out the door. And now I got to figure out where I'm going to sleep at tonight, because I'm not about to go back in there and get in that bed where it was just a lizard in my bed. So Trey says to me, "Bring me the broom." So now I got to come back in the house and go and take him the broom. So I took him the broom. And then he says, every time I get ready to go out the door, he needs something else from me. So then he says, "Well, I'm going to need a bag or something to put it in." And I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. So I don't know. My mind is drawing a blank. I don't know what to do. I'm crazy at this point. I can't think. I can't concentrate. And I'm thinking to myself, what kind of damn bag? So I'm like, okay, like a trash bag? You want me to bring you a trash bag? He's like, yeah. So I'm in there trying to fumble, and I can't even get the trash bag out of the box to take it back there to him. So then he thought better of it, because he's like, well, if I try to put him in a bag, he's going to run, and then he's going to get lost in the house, and then we can't find him. So he says, "Just open the door." And so I said, okay. I said, "Which door are you coming out? Because if you coming out that door, I'm going out of a different door." And he was like, "It don't matter." So I'm going out the front door, and here comes Trey behind me. And he is, I don't know why I did that, by the way. Trey's behind me, and he is got the broom mashed up against the pillow. He's got the pillow folded up in half, and he's got the broom mashed down on top of it, and he's holding it with both hands, coming down the hall towards me. And he follows me out the front door. When he follows me out the front door, I take off running, because I don't even want to get nowhere close. And in case the lizard jumps out of the broom or whatever, I don't want to be anywhere close to it. So Trey comes outside, tosses the lizard out into the yard. And when he tosses it out into the yard, the damn lizard gonna run back towards the house like we had done him wrong. Like he said, oh, well, I paid my part of the rent this month, so it's not time for me to leave. I still got 15 days. No, sir. You got to go. And you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. So now I'm in the yard screaming because he's running he's running back towards the house. And so Trey goes, he ain't coming back in the house. But he did run up like up against the steps on the porch. I don't know where he went. Needless to say, now my nerves is tore all to pieces. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna make a real long story short, but what I am gonna tell you is I did not sleep in that bed last night. I told him to throw that pillow away. That pillow's not coming back into the bedroom. I don't care how much you wash it. I don't care how much you dry it on high. It cannot come back in the house. I don't want it back. I don't even want this house back at this point. I actually slept upstairs on the chair while Trey was DJing, blasting boom bap hip hop. But that was the only way that I could sleep because I could not go back in my room. I have not been really back in my room since all of this occurred. I don't know where I'm going to sleep at tonight. I'm not going to sleep upstairs in the DJ booth. I may just sleep out here in the getaway van. I'm not sure. But I can sleep out here in the getaway van because, like I said, alternative use for an RV when you're not using it is it can serve as an emergency house in case you need it. And I'm not sure about y'all, but for me, this is an emergency. So, what are your thoughts? If you like what you heard, click like, click subscribe, and y'all pray for me because I'm scared to go back in my house. And I don't know when the next time I'm gonna sleep in my bed, but just say a little prayer for me tonight while you're comfortably in your bed. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, I am Ev Outlaw. My husband is Trey Outlaw, and we are getting away with the outlaws. And you have just heard 5 alternative ways to use your RV when you're not traveling. You can catch my husband at DJ Trey, TRE Love LUV on Instagram, and you can follow me on Instagram at DQ Publications. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we will come to you real soon with some more useful and entertaining information to go with your RV knowledge arsenal. Have a great evening.